Hey guys, I found the only gift that Dad wants this Father's Day. Goldbelly. Goldbelly ships the most iconic foods from the best restaurants across the country straight to his door for free. Let him relax and enjoy award-winning barbecue from Texas, epic deep dish pizza from Chicago, or colossal pastrami sandwiches from New York. Make Dad feel like an absolute legend this Father's Day and go to goldbelly.com to get 20% off your first order with promo code DAD. That's goldbelly.com, code DAD.
Imagine this. The best pasta sauce you have ever tasted sits abandoned on a plate. Wasted sauce. That is a tragedy. If only you had used Barilla al Bronzo pasta. Its bronze-cut texture holds your sauce and scoops up every last drop. The Italians call that scarpetta. Capture sauce the Italian way. Barilla al Bronzo. Click or tap the banner to find out more.
Choice Hotels get you more for your money so you can maximize any road trip. Like with the road trippers we see here in their natural habitat, the breakfast area at a Comfort Inn. Here's a dad teaching his son how to make waffles. Fluffy, golden waffles. There's a mom making sure her daughter eats some fruit to avoid the "I'm hungry" from the back seat. And a sibling standoff over the last muffin. This is the cycle of vacation maximizationing in all its glory. Check into more. Book direct at choicehotels.com.
Welcome back to part 2 of episode 9, Captured. When we left, our heroes had just experienced the potential horrors of a future where they had failed, and it's the one that is still most likely to occur. The time flash knocks each of you out. It's hard to know how long you were down, but when you rise, Thassa and Kaa'Riin are still there, but they seem nervous. Thassa says, "You see now why Harkon was so afraid."
I throw myself at Freya and hold her real close.
Oh.
I'm sad. I'm devastated.
Dead.
Like it's just a vision.
It's a vision of the future.
Like, what did you think you were invited today for?
Just to officially hand over the headset.
Kaa'Riin also died as the daughter of Edril Savine.
Yeah, well, did I die in that? I thought she said she's next. Oh, but she says Morrigan.
She says Morrigan. And
because
technically,
Morrigan's connected to her stone, which we're just going to hunt for that stone before this war happens. But obviously, though, I'm going to throw myself at Freya.
Yep.
Because even in this world, she's still the baby of the group.
I am the baby.
And if not, she'll make herself look like the baby.
I will. 5-year-old Freya coming up.
And I tell her that we are not going to let that happen to her, that we are going to figure something out. Morrigan, you want to say something?
I'm genuinely in shock. Like, I don't even know what to do at this point. She, like, in that future, she has all of the gems. She raises the mother of Dornis and clearly does so by sacrificing all of these people because the souls are going to the mountain, and that's what finally lets the mountain rise. It really cements the fact that we have to get those souls that are in the mountain, your people, out of there because they're food and they're gonna help, not willingly obviously, but they're gonna help that mountain rise. And I'm assuming if Mother Mountain rises, we go back to darkness. And honestly, the world's already pretty dark without you guys.
That's right.
Oh.
Yeah.
The world has gone cold.
Elton John starts playing piano in the background. Candle in the Wind starts.
We just need to get that gem off her because it's connected to you when she's using your status.
Do we know what colour was left when she put the gem back on
The
her?
last gem
Yeah.
was a black one.
Great.
I'll give you one thing to think about while you're thinking about that. She looked at you when she held the last gem and decided not to smash it.
They're connected.
Oh, you're connected.
We
So
kill
one
our
dies,
Morrigan.
the other dies.
Yeah. We should kill our Morrigan.
Yeah.
Don't think that's quite.
I think that's what he was saying. I read between the lines.
That was easy. I did
but
not think of it in that quickly, but the
Surely
game's
we'd be
over.
able to unlink them. There would be a
Or
way.
at least take the stone and hide it somewhere that she can't get it. And imprison her somehow.
Whatever the future plan may be, it's pretty clear that sending you back has taken its toll on Thassa, and she seems slightly dazed or weakened for a moment.
But we do have something for you, Thassa.
What? Oh, what do you have for me?
Kaa'Riin has it, I believe. Or Blaze, apparently.
What have I got? Oh, I've got something for you. It is a gold ring. Maybe not the right time, maybe the perfect time. But we ran into a very handsome snail wants to see you again.
You've seen my husband?
I have, and girl, he romantic. He sent this ring thing.
Oh, I remember it. When I wear it, it keeps us close. No point wearing it now, though. Not with this thing on my leg. Strangely, as a snail, she has these little legs beneath her, like little snail stumps beneath her. She's a little bit different.
That sounds gross.
Is that real? Do snails actually have that?
This one does, but...
No. Oh, my
no.
God. But we're not
she's-
body shamers, so we just put our good face on.
Stops me from moving too far away from the ring. And the ring master.
No. Is there any way that we can break that bond?
You look over and Katie's also showing her bracelet on an arm.
They're all enslaved. If I kill him, will that stop?
Well, it certainly couldn't hurt to try. From outside the room you hear a noise. There's someone coming. Katie says, they'll be coming soon. Start the show. I can't do it without Thusser. Hide.
Well, I'm just going to put that back in the knapsack then.
Fortunately, they don't enter the tent. They just call out. Come on, Thusser. Katie, let's go. You're on.
I'm going to hide.
Yeah.
So Katie and Thusser sort of make their way through the larger tent anyway. Katie looks like she's meant to lead Thusser around as though Thusser's dangerous. So there's like a chain sort of thing that's
She's her
bound to
keeper.
her. But loosely, it's barely useful at all. It's just there to look like
The
part of the
show.
show. And as they leave, you find yourselves all alone in the circus of Alastair, Gonales, Alejandro. What would you like to do?
We're going to kill him. I've killed a mare. I'm ruthless.
We're going to put that ring on her leg. On her leg.
Yeah, on a weird, creepy snail leg.
On that weird snail leg, that little...
That weird snail leg. We're going to get
But we've
that
got to
there.
get the other ring off first.
Yeah, we've got to go
So we've got to
sort
figure
that
out how
out.
to do that.
Well, we can't leave these people bound to this creepy guy.
I personally would like him to die.
Yeah.
Just in
we do
general.
not
Just in general.
accept slavery.
We do not accept that. That is not something that we are down for. So we're going to free this whole circus.
and we're all about reuniting lovers. So
We love that.
So if you follow, you can even see Thusser's tracks. I mean, she was walked away, obviously, and being so huge, she does leave
The
a
shiny
slimy
silver.
path. Yeah, shiny
Follow
silver
the
path.
slime.
And that goes straight to the large tent. You don't have to pay to get in here because this circus is different from all those other ones where you pay to get in and then pay for
Can
everything
we
afterwards.
peek into the larger tent and see if we can see the ringmaster and kind of suss out?
You can hear him. He is quite a loud person and he is definitely in the ring.
Yeah,
in
but I
the
just want to
centre of
see
the
him
ring.
to suss out whether we can take him.
I reckon Freya could sneak attack Slitty's throat. She's very good at that.
Do you want to go into the tent?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. As you enter, you are ushered to some seats around the ring.
We're not sneaking.
Around
we're
the thing.
just-
No, it's all the show's already on. They don't need you to worry about that. They're like, just come
Okay,
in,
I'm
come
still
in, come in.
hobbling,
You're still being an old woman. Freya's still pregnant.
holding her
Still
back.
pregnant.
I've got my hood on now because I did wash out my dreads.
In the centre of the tent now stands the ringmaster, Alejandro, etc., etc. It's a really long name and I've forgotten the whole thing is. He stands on what appears to be a floor of glass, not sand, and a kaleidoscope of colours reflects towards him from below. And he's yelling out to the crowd and getting them hyped up.
Hi, my name is Stuart and I play Alastair Gonales, Alejandro of the Cirque du Soleil. Roll up, gather round, clamp your ample posteriors to our congenial seats, for what you are about to experience will leave you a changed being, emotionally, mentally, physically, and perhaps even metaphysically. Now, look skyward to the most dangerous, the most frightening, the most nerve-wracking daredevils, and I do mean devils, to ever take to the air the fabulous Family Fury and their high-flying trapeze of transcendental doom.
And behind him, or perhaps above him, you see a troupe of demonic trapeze artists flinging themselves through the air, catching and throwing each other in feats of stunning acrobatics. The trapeze artists, each with bright red skin, horns, glowing eyes, and even brighter yellow leotards covered in stars and bedazzled fake jewels, throw each other and catch each other as they fly past the ringmaster. When it looks as though they have been missed or dropped, a portal appears, and they fly through it and reappear somewhere else before latching onto the trapeze again.
Oh, that's
The crowd
cool.
roars in approval. It is quite exciting. The ringmaster speaks again. Who here thinks they deserve a chance to own all that is mine? And then he starts rising towards the centre of the tent, dangling from a fairly obvious rope, but it's meant to look very impressive, but it's pretty clear that he's being pulled up. But he's making it look like he's flying. He has an oversized ceremonial key in his hands. The air elemental whips into view, flitting around Alejandro as he flies up, and it passes him 3 tickets. Our guest for this performance, he says, and a hush crosses the crowd. C32, E15, and S12. Ladies, what tickets do you have?
E15.
E33. I'm just one off. It's fine.
S12.
Morrigan's like, no, I'm not standing up. I'm just going to stay here and pretend I'm not part of this. I'm okay with that if you want to try that.
I can't quite read my ticket. Is that a 32 or a 33?
You are amazed to discover, perhaps not that amazed, that you have won the chance to be part of the show.
Interesting.
Of course.
Freya, give me an insight check.
12 plus 1 is 13.
13's okay in this situation. You do recognise this con. The con is a simple one. It is the person in the line before checked what you had and thinks that perhaps there's a way of getting that from you. That's about as far as you can take it, though. There are other elements to this, but you can't figure those out.
Yeah.
You are moved, each of you, and surprisingly, they don't seem to care at all that Morrigan, you look old. The hair's red now, but you're still hunched and looking old. That doesn't matter. They take you up the steps to the top of the trapeze.
I make them have to do it real slowly.
They just take you up anyway. Freya, you're pregnant and they don't care. They are not concerned about this at all.
Damn it, the disguise didn't work.
So they take you up as well. And Kaa'Riin, you go up to a separate one as well. And you're all standing on different platforms looking out over what looks like a glass floor quite a long way down. No net whatsoever. Now, the others are flipping around, swinging through the air. And if they miss the catch, which looks like it's done on purpose to, for the crowd, they fall through a portal, reappear somewhere else and grab onto a trapeze. They each hold out their hand to you as if one of them whispers to you, Freya first, don't worry, I've got you. And give me an insight check on this one as well.
17 plus 1, 18.
And you actually believe her. You don't think for a second that this demon has a plan to kill you. A plan, maybe, but not necessarily that you're going to get hurt.
Yeah.
And so she sort of flicks her legs over the bar, puts her hands up, grabs you, and then falls backwards so you're swinging below. It's quite a maneuver, and I'm surprised that she thinks, again, she doesn't think it's an issue for a pregnant woman to do this, so she's pretty confident. Kaa'Riin, there's a man next to you, horns, red, yellow leotard, glowing eyes, and he just offers one hand out to you, and he holds the other up high and grabs on the trapeze, and he sort of signals for you to do the same. Hold one hand with him and then hold the other side. Obviously, with 2 of you swinging from one giant trapeze, you probably shouldn't let go. Morrigan, there is a smaller one next to you, a smaller lady next to you, and she just holds the bar out to you. She goes, don't worry, you'll be on your own, it'll be fine. And, push your hands on it. As you put your hand on it, she whispers something, and it looks like something goes over your hands like little binds. Not real ones, just ones that make it look like you won't be able to let go. You're not going to fall off.
Okay.
All right, so that she kind of gives you a wink as to say, don't tell everybody, but this is how we do it. And then suddenly all 3 of you are swinging through the air. As you're doing that, can I get each of you to roll me a strength check? Morrigan at advantage.
Oh, because she's got the binds. 19.
16 minus 1 is 15, and then 11 minus 1 is 10, so 15.
Excellent. And Freya.
10 minus 1.
Oh,
I'm
no.
not strong.
That's not
Which is
good.
quite sad.
As soon as you start flipping through the air, you let go and you fall through a portal straight away. Gone. Ladies, you can see that above you, apart from Freya now that Freya's gone, which is a shame because I would have thought you'd be pretty good at this.
Acrobatics.
Yeah.
But off the bat, you need to just hold on for the first bit.
Yeah.
Above you, you can still see Alejandro, whatever his full name is, the ringmaster.
Mm.
And he's just holding that key. What would you like to do?
Above us.
Yeah, so he's been dragged up above, everyone's swinging around and flipping, and he's just holding the key.
What was that key? It looks like a ceremonial key. It can't possibly.
But he said, who wants everything I own? He owns some people that we want to free.
And he could be hiding things in plain sight.
Okay, nice. All right, cool.
Can I roll perception to see where the portals put the people back out? Freya's just gone through a portal. I'm curious to see where in relation to the ringmaster they reappear.
hard. We've only seen one portal reappear, but there seems to be some logic that the portals can open all over the place.
Is there another trapeze bar anywhere near me that I can jump to?
At this stage, I'm going to let you tell me where you think things are.
Fuck, okay. I can see... I'm going to make this nice for myself. I can see another bar that is swinging towards me from the opposite direction.
Yep.
And I'm going to try and time it correctly to release from mine, jump onto the other one, and in a flourish of performance, because I have quite a good performance skill.
We're going to do a show. Okay.
Yes.
I'm going to like discard my cloak and like hang on to this trapeze one-handed in like a flourish.
All right, give me a roll for the performance.
Yep.
I should have said give me the roll for the deception because I'm pretty sure this isn't something you've done before, but performance it is.
8 plus 4 is 12.
Alrighty, it looks great. It does.
Yay!
But one problem happens, and that is that the bind hasn't let go of you from one of the two trapezes yet. So now you're basically just dangling between the two of them because one won't let you go, and you did manage to reach onto the other one. So you're just hanging there. Now, across from the side, the little demon whispers again, and the binds let go, but you're still hanging onto both at this stage. So you'll just have to figure out what to do next. But you're just dangling in the middle of this circus tent, an old woman.
Can I let go of the original one, do my discard of my cloak and like fly off and try to recover from that embarrassment?
Yes, you can. So you let go of the other one and fly off on the other side. Kaa'Riin, what would you like to do? The other guy who grabbed your hand, he just starts to step off and the momentum pulls you off the edge as well.
Because they're holding hands, right?
Holding hands, yeah.
We're holding hens now. Where did we get the hens?
Hands.
Just a difficult thing to put up with.
No, it's not. No, I'm good. I think I'm just going to keep singing here until Freya comes. Well, because I want Freya to come back and I want to catch her.
Alrighty.
And I want to catch her because she's got a sleight of hand and I want her to get that key.
Sounds like a good idea. Freya, roll me a D6 this time. We'll find out where you are.
6.
Not what I thought. I don't know why I thought a 6 would be different from any other number that could come up at this stage, but no, you don't come back.
Well, she's not back. I'm jumping into a portal.
Seriously?
I want to go find her.
So what, you're just going to let go of the bar and the guy?
No, he's coming too.
Pull him down. You're pretty strong.
I'm very strong. I'm actually just going to say to him, listen to me. There's a kerfuffle going around right now, so no one's going to hear me say this to you, but we are going to get Freya back. I'm super fucking strong and your horns don't scare me. So you tell me how to get her back, or you and I are both going into that portal to find her. And he says...
Who's Freya?
The pregnant one.
Oh, right. And he just lets go of everything and falls off into a portal.
Is he going to get her? I reckon he's gone to get her.
Oh, maybe we shouldn't have used our real names.
Freya's a very common name in this.
Well, Freya's common. That was on the mug.
Freya, yeah.
There's only one Freya. You are dangling by one hand now from the trapeze.
I'm like, well, that didn't go as planned. Well, I'm just going to grab both. I'm just going to reach up and spin around. I'm just going to take a moment to look around and see what's happening. So I'd like to do a perception check.
10.
Plus 2.
From where you are, you think you could probably try and swing really hard and flick yourself towards the ringmaster if you wanted to. It wouldn't be particularly easy, but you could have a go.
I'm going to use my movement to swing back and forth until I can get up there.
Nice move from Kaa'Riin. Morrigan, you're up next. What do you got? Do you have a plan?
There are trapeze like bars that are swinging like horizontally
all over the place.
And there's also a couple that are moving like up so that they can get to higher levels and like flip up. So I see one that is like moving up towards the direction of the ringmaster. And so I am going to fuck it. It's very low, but I'm going to do it because who the fuck knows? I am going to try and use my +1 acrobatics to flip and hook onto the one that's going up with my legs. You heard me. Why the fuck not? Back of my knees, I want to catch it so that I am like moving up in the sky, but I've got my hands free.
The crowd is going to go nuts if the old lady pulls this off. So let's have a D20 and see what happens.
Okay. 20, please. It's a 2. +1 is a 3.
It looks amazing at first. Everyone can sort of see what you're trying to do. The audience is excited. The sort of noises occur, and then you fly off through the air and miss entirely the other trapeze and swing through a portal. Can you roll for me a D6, please?
Yes. 1.
Kaa'Riin, you watch as the other two vanish through portals, and you are just swinging away. The crowd's not that impressed by your moves at this stage. They're too busy. They've been too busy focusing on the other two. Freya vanished straight away, and they're like, "Oh my god, she's gone! Is she gone forever? What happens to her?" And the other side, they see the old lady do all these attempted great moves, and then she goes, and they kind of went, "Yeah, she was
Overly ambitious.
Age is just a number.
All right, I'm going to then, I've got really good athletics, so I'm going to use that. So I'm swinging. Still, obviously, old mates abandoned me, jumped into a portal, so I figure the portals can't be that bad if they're jumping in and out, so I'm not too stressed by it. I'm going to go after the old mate, Ringmaster.
Yep.
So I make eyes with him. He makes eyes with me.
Okay.
I take one hand off the bars. I put 2 fingers to my eyes and then point at his eyes, like I'm coming.
Did you swing first, or did you just let go?
No, I'm swinging and I've only got one hand off.
Oh, good.
And I'm going like, I'm watching you.
I
I'm
thought you
coming
took
for
both
you.
hands off as if.
No, just one.
Okay.
And I'm like, I am coming for you. And he goes pale because he knows what's up. He's fucked. If I'm going to swing, I'm going to do as many backflips in the air as I can. So I'm going to swing, let go, backflip, and then I'm just going to latch onto him.
Okay.
Okay.
I think, is this your athletics?
It's
We'll
my
give this an
athletics.
athletics check, yeah. Oh my god.
20.
Plus 6.
We don't need the +6. The 20 will do it. Well, after seeing 2 fairly disappointing maneuvers, the audience is staggered by what you pull off, and you flip through the air a few times. It is, you can argue that it's more acrobatic than athletic, but then there's this pure power to the move, like when you've been flicking your legs underneath to get the momentum in the first place, and you go straight for the Ringmaster. As you're flying towards him, what do you see? Describe what he looks like to me.
Oh, Jesus Christ. He looks like a clown, but with a hat and 2 giant horns coming out of his head. And the hat's really tall. He's also got some kind of foghorn. What is that?
Megaphone?
Yeah, the megaphone, yeah.
Oh, that makes more sense than a foghorn.
As you're coming towards him, he blasts his foghorn. So you're flying straight towards him, and as you reach him, he vanishes.
He vanishes.
He vanishes as though he was never even really there. And you can hear the audience below is furious because they know that this is a scam now. Oh, if she can't get to him, she got to him. She should be able to get everything. What's going on? How can she possibly not be? What a scam. What a scam. I want my money back. And they're all roaring and being furious at what's being...
Take advantage of the angry crowd.
Let's get him, guys!
So Kaa'Riin tries to inspire a riot as she falls through another portal. Because unfortunately, leaping through the air and not latching onto anything leaves you falling. Can you give me a D6?
Sorry, what do you mean?
Oh my God. It's the normal fucking
Thank
dice.
you. 5.
5. Okay. As each of you appears through the portal, different portals, you land in a room full of mirrors. But you can't see each other, just mirrors. There are paths out of the room, it's like a hall of mirrors. But the mirrors, strangely perhaps, don't seem to reflect you from where you stand.
Ladies and gentlemen, patrons of the paranormal arts, disciples of the divine, prepare yourselves, for the adventure we are about to embark upon will take us to places of utmost misery, prodigious persecution, and titillating temptation. Perhaps you were once easily impressed by the maze of mirrors, but now you are clearly an audience far too refined for such simplicities. Perhaps once the Hall of Horrors held your fickle attentions, but no more. Such connoisseurs of distraction have you become. But what if, my good friends, those two became one and the same? I present to you Cirque du Soleil's Reflections of Repugnance.
Okay, so here's how this bit works. You are surrounded by mirrors and it is also a maze. All of you, but you're not near each other. That's about it. What happens next is up to you.
We'll just smash the mirror.
You are good at smashing mirrors.
Just going to start smashing
Just
the mirrors.
smashing shit.
Well, I grab my axe, I step forward, and I'm like, shall we, ladies?
All right, so Kaa'Riin goes to swing at a mirror, and just as you start to swing, you see something in the mirror. And here's how this bit will work. You can finish off the swing if you want to at the end of this, but as you look into the mirror, you see something very important to you. You get to describe what it is to me, something you would see in a vision, I guess you could say, and then you can ask me a question about it. So as you're looking in that mirror, Kaa'Riin, what do you see?
Something or someone.
Someone that is connected to you. I think
As much as I'd like to see my husband and daughter, I feel like who I need to see.
there are lots of mirrors.
Ah.
So you look into a mirror and you can describe to me what you see and then ask me a question about it.
That's cool.
I'm already thinking.
I didn't know that I have so much agency. Okay, so I see me with Harkon and Morrigan. We're together, we're talking about something. I want to know what and why. And I want to know where Freya is.
So they're discussing Harkon and Morrigan. You can hear them in the mirror. And Dutch is there. There seems to be a lot of people that you recognise in this situation. And they're talking about some library that Harkon has uncovered, the Library of Vassanor. And he says that he's uncovered a text in there that refers to the changeling and what has happened to them, the people who are the changelings and the lost fortress in the desert. And while he's reading that, he talks about if we can find them, we can find their Justicar, and then it all fades away. Then you notice a hand comes through the mirror, a white glove, an arm with a translucent white glove on it, and it reaches out from the mirror and seems to sweep through your skin as if it's going straight through you, but you can't tell why. It doesn't hurt, and a voice says out loud, "It doesn't cost you much. It doesn't cost you now. There is no need to fuss. You have my solemn vow." And you feel nothing, but you do take 1d6 of psychic damage, the normal dice. So it costs you a little bit.
You're fucking kidding.
And that's a 6. Boom.
Where's our? Do we have a you know how we have hit points? Do we have that for psychic?
It's the exact same thing. So it does take
so
you. So it doesn't
it
doesn't hurt you. It just mentally bothers you.
But I still take it off my
Yes.
hit points,
Hit
yeah.
points.
Who would like to go next?
Sure, I will. I have a question.
What do you see in the mirror?
So, I see Jorda on top of the hill with all the Freyas around him.
Right.
And I ask, does Jorda run my guild now? And why were there so many replicas of me?
And when you see Jorda there, rather than answering your question, you can see him physically in charge of your guild. He's helping people out, and he's not doing it. He's a very good leader. He's very kind. He helps everybody. But while they all look like Freyas, it doesn't take too long until they all start to revert back to other forms. And you actually do see the twins you met in Bellison. They're there, and some of the kids that they looked after. You see new kids you've never seen before that look exactly like you when you were at the orphanage, and then suddenly they turn back into different things.
Okay. So the 9 lives never took over that?
You can't tell from what you're seeing that, but it doesn't look like it, no.
Well, the fact that they fought the 9 lives to get us free of the carriage is also a good sign, right?
There are no items within the image that make you think the 9 life guild is involved.
Has control over them, yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
No, I would like to walk up to a mirror and do this thing. I see the gems in the complete form, like as a necklace sitting in a cabinet. And my question is, what is the significance of these gems?
So you see
the necklace.
Yep. And as you're looking in there, it's your vision, your mirror is much more complicated than the others. It looks like there are 2 images shown at the same time.
Okay.
So at one moment while you're busy looking at the gems, another moment you're also seeing this primordial mud stuff and this bubbling liquid, and you can't seem to look past it too often, so you don't get to see everything in great clarity. There are only 5 gems in the treasury, and these are the gems. These are just the soul stones, the things that can absorb a soul.
That wasn't worth it. I've got a roll, don't I?
You both need to give me a roll, Freya and Morrigan, to see how much damage you took as a hand comes through and swipes. Wow, 6, 5, 6 from the 3 rolls we've had, and each of you have had something taken from you, but you don't know what. Kaa'Riin, would you like to ask something else?
How Harkon survived 400 years ago. I don't know. He just disappeared, didn't he?
Yeah, okay. So you see Harkon as a boy.
As a boy when I was with him, when I was known as Blaze.
He initially just continues to run, and he just hides in unusual places at every place he goes. He is hunted for quite some time, but he hides as like an urchin in the city. He hides in caves. He lives in the forest. After a while, they give up looking for him.
Right, that's how he survived. He just kept hiding.
But he struggles for that entire time. It is a very difficult time for him. He's borderline facing starvation quite a few times. In the forest, though, when he's hiding there, he finds a natural affinity with the creatures around him, and that's where his druid skills become clearer to him. He spends most of his time refining those skills because he's got nothing else. So he becomes an extraordinarily good druid. That's why he's able to live as long as he can. He's probably one of the most unique druids to have ever lived. Freya,
Yes.
what do you see in the mirror?
I see my parents in that desert. What's it called?
The desert is called the Orchestral Sands, but you haven't been there yet.
Okay, but
you
I have
seen
memories
it today.
there.
And when you saw over the town in the distance, there was a desert that went to the horizon. That's the start of the Orchestral Sands.
Okay, I see my parents there. The city disappears, doesn't it?
That's right.
I guess I see them. Did they look for me, or did they? Like, that's kind of my question.
You see your parents arguing, and it's quite a challenging argument for them. They're devastated. They clearly still have great love for each other, but something is tearing them apart. Your father in particular looks like he can't sleep. He can't do anything. And your mother looks worried about a different situation that has arisen. And your father wants to run, to leave the desert. And your mother says, but that won't save Freya. And that's all you see.
I already love same-day delivery with Shipt, but it's so much better since I signed up for Target's Circle 360. Why? Because I no longer pay price markups from the majority of stores through Shipt. Only a handful of alcohol retailers and items don't count. That means no markups on groceries, pet food, even home goods and makeup. So to recap, I have more time to catch up on life while someone shops for me, and I spend less. It's a win-win. Order now at shipt.com/360. Terms apply.
Meta AI is the personal AI that's tailored to you, now with its very own app. It's built to get to know you, offering helpful answers and inspiration. Looking for something to add to your bucket list? Meta AI goes beyond traveling the world. It remembers you're a basketball fanatic and suggests you attend one of the playoff games. Just start typing or speaking to get the answers you need, wherever and whenever, because Meta AI is your personal AI. Download the Meta AI app, now available on the Apple App Store and Google Play.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Do you ever find yourself playing the budgeting game? Well, with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive, you can find options that fit your budget and potentially lower your bills. Try it at progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law. Not available in all states.
BTW FYI. Visit Nexplanon.com RN to learn about Nexplanon. It's an adjustral implant, 68 milligrams radio pain. Or ask your HCP IRL. Okay, TTYL.
And a white hand comes through again, sweeps through your body, and another d6 of damage. Sorry, thanks, Kaa'Riin. You'll all have to do the same.
5.
Nice.
It's a bit better, yeah. Morrigan?
I see evil Morrigan when she came out of the portal when we first discovered the evil Morrigan situation, and I remember her calling me sister and saying that power isn't meant to be shared, and I want to know who is she? Who are you to me?
Your vision is blurred by the thick ichor. Morrigan, you see yourself through the hazy vision, through this double vision, and you're in a cave with deep reddish-brown walls. The heat rises before you in waves. You see a hand reaching out before your eyes. It drips with sludge until your fingers become clear, growing before you. Dark magical swirls wrap themselves around the length of your arm, and you watch as your fingers tense, testing themselves. Your other hand comes into view doing the same. Together, they reach for the edge of an immense cauldron to pull yourself free. And then you see another hand, identical to yours, reaching back to help. The vision blurs again like a mirage. And then, at the same time, you see yourself reaching back.
Oh, see, this is what I was worried about. I don't want to be a golem. I don't want to not be real. Because now I'm questioning, the whole, maybe you're the bad one. Maybe I'm the fictional one. I don't want to be not real. I don't know what to do with that.
Kaa'Riin, is there anything else you'd like to ask?
Yep, one more. We're going to go with my dad. There's a picture on the wall, oil painting on canvas.
Oh.
We were a bit well-to-do,
Yeah.
I'm going to assume, in our village. And he is kind of red in the face, very grey hair, heavy eyebrows. I may be describing my actual dad.
At least it's not me this time. Like,
This is
if
my
that's what I look
actual
like now,
dad.
what happened?
This is my actual dad. Eyebrows down to the lids. He's growing them out.
He's mostly eyebrows.
He's mostly brows.
In this picture, you can now see they start to fade in. You see your mother standing to his right-hand side, and they're very close, quite loving, of course. You also see another woman on the left-hand side, a woman you don't recall, and he looks just as close to her with his other hand. So they look like they're family, but she's not of your people. She doesn't look like Kaa'Riin.
Oh, she's not like my auntie or something?
No.
Like not his sister?
No, it could easily be another partner.
Dad? you hornbag.
And she isn't Kaa'Riin.
What is she?
A little bit difficult to tell from the image. Perhaps changeling.
Is it Freya?
No.
Freya?
Is it Freya's mum?
Freya, is that how we know each other?
It's 400 years ago. So, yeah.
I am indeed your stepmom.
Call me mum. Do I have to call Freya mum now?
This story has some twists and turns, but goddamn.
It's me.
Because you've seen in the mirror a white glove comes out of the mirror and reaches inside you. Roll me a d6 to see what it takes from you.
Sorry, what do you want me to roll?
The normal dice.
Normal dice.
Dungeon master.
Not a problem. The normal dice. 5.
I shake my head at you, and I'm happy that you got a 5. As this occurs, the glass panel that you've been standing on starts to, I don't want to say fade. It doesn't shatter. It just stops holding your weight. You fall straight through it. And as you fall, you can hear the crowd. They're screaming, and you realize that beneath this, you've been raised into the middle of this tent. Beneath this is a pool of water that has been lifted into the view of the audience. And inside that is a beast with tentacles flaying around and all sorts of things. You can't really get a good glimpse at it, but mostly you see tentacles and teeth and gnashing bits and as it flings around. And the ringmaster roars into action again.
Children of all ages, creatures of all kinds, I have journeyed far and wide to lands unheard of and places unseen, and in all my travels I have never met a monster more fearsome, a beast more depraved, a behemoth more vile than the one I bring before you tonight. Avert your eyes if you must. Protect your loved ones. Step aside if ye be weak of heart. But whatever you do, do not, even for a moment, underestimate the silent sovereign of the seas, this ominous monstrosity from depths unknown, the many-limbed Leviathan of the Cataledian Sea.
As soon as he finishes speaking, you slam into the water. The tentacles thrash around you, the teeth gnash. Give me, as this happens, give me a nature check and a strength or dexterity check, your choice. The first one's a nature check. Give me that one.
Sorry, 20 on the nature.
Wait, what?
What? Natural 20?
A natural 20. I'm gonna
A natural 20.
Yeah, why are you acting surprised? I do this all the
Because
time.
there's something going on with that dice.
No, there's
That
not.
wasn't even a groin roll. When you groin roll, you get 20s.
Every fucking time. Who's going to check?
Sorry, Morrigan, what was yours?
I got a 17 plus 2.
That's pretty good too.
I got a 6 plus 2, which is an 8. It's not that great.
No, I'm aware. I'm aware of low numbers.
Rhymes.
Can I give it's cute. Can I give her my points since I'm not using them, my additional?
At
It
this
is-
point, I just think it's a bubble bath.
You are just you hit the water pretty hard.
Oh, damn.
Jolts you around. It is just bubbles and pinky, purpley,
Wait, isn't this
fleshy things.
nature, not dexterity?
That's the next bit. It's just what she sees when she hits the water.
Yeah.
But as soon as you hit the water, we'll do that strength and dexterity check. But before you do that, you do recognize this creature. You've fought one before, but this seems like a much smaller version. Still, you do know how powerful these creatures can be. And it surprises you in a way to
A
think that
baby
this
kraken.
thing...
Baby kraken.
Let's raise it. Let's raise it as an
Kraken. Baby kraken.
Well,
Let's raise it as our own, and then we can use it to thwart our enemies.
it did not take
Yes.
long for us to jump the shark, let's be honest. That's us jumping the shark right there. Jumping the kraken. You do also seem a little bit surprised that this thing could be possibly tamed.
It's being controlled.
So it has one of those band things. We've got to look for a band thing?
Yeah, like the one that Thassa was talking about, or that Kaa'Riin was pointing out on Thassa. Give me the strength and dexterity check. You can choose which one you'd prefer. Okay, so Freya's dexterity check is a
1 + 4, which is
no need to
5.
add it up. Don't even bother adding it up.
A critical failure.
Wow, I'm really dying. This bubble bath is not a treat.
I rolled another 17
Ooh.
plus 1 for dexterity.
Not too
Kudos.
bad. And Kaa'Riin.
Thanks.
12 plus 3, so 15.
Freya, you have been grabbed by whatever this creature is. Tentacles are wrapping around you and it's flinging you through the air. It seems to be almost doing it as though it's part of the show. There's a big crowd there and it's waving you above them and swinging you around.
All I'm picturing is wee, wee.
There's probably more than a few gasps from the crowd as a pregnant woman dangles from the sky. Morrigan and Kaa'Riin, you end up in the water next to it, and there are tentacles trying to grab you, but you've both been able to push yourself away or dodge out of the action.
Now that I can swim, I'm using all my skills.
Everybody, roll initiative.
Ooh.
Good call.
Oh, is this a good number? 19, that's better. Plus 3.
Really?
Yes.
Jesus.
So that's 22.
16 plus 1.
10 plus 1, 11.
22, and the beast. Why? That is a 1.
Ah, okay.
I do not roll well, pretty much. You soak up all the 20s. Okay, Freya, you are swinging through the air above the crowd. And, what would you like to do, though?
I don't know, just go along with it.
Yeah, what would Freya do would be the question.
Something cool. If I bit it, would it let me go?
Yeah, bite it.
Almost
Just get the
certainly
salt and
not.
pepper out. Salt and pepper squid.
All right, let's do.
I'll check my bag for some.
Yay!
Let's do a bite attack, which is just a standard attack for you.
Sashimi squid coming up.
It is only +2 for your attack for this.
15 plus 2 is 17, so I get a good chunk.
You do. You bite in deep
Yay!
into the tentacle of this creature, and it flings you back into the water behind to let you go.
That worked.
You don't actually do any damage with your unarmed attack because it's kind of wussy. So it's not really doing any damage, but it did hurt it enough to just give it a surprise. It was like a mosquito bite. It got a response.
Yeah, that's good.
And
That's
it's
a win.
flung you back into the pool, now no longer being held. Next, Morrigan, what would you like to do?
I want to roll for perception and see if I can see like a band or something.
All right, roll for perception.
Is that a move and attack? Can I still do something after that?
It depends on how much effort it takes to do. I mean, sometimes you're just glancing around.
Yeah,
No,
I'm
I don't
glancing.
mind.
I'm glancing casually.
Casually glancing, disadvantage.
Hey, no.
Having a
I'm
real
already
look.
+0.
Have a good look then.
Okay, good look. That's not a good look. 7.
A 7. There's too much froth in the water. Everything's bubbling around.
Froth. Ew.
What did you think? It's a legitimate, horrible creature.
Yuck. Froth.
There's too much slimy froth in the water.
Oh,
It's getting better now. It's just frothy and you can't really see things around. There's too much thrashing going on. Anything else you'd like to do?
Fantastic question.
You are underwater.
Oh, can I swim to the top, please?
That'd be a good start. Yeah.
I didn't know I was underwater. I thought I landed beautifully and kind of just gracefully like a swan rose above the water and my hair flipped back.
You now get to the top of the water and whatever was left of the mud that you'd already partially removed from your hair, the rest of it's gone now and a streak of red, wows the audience as you fling it back like you're selling shampoo.
Thank you.
And again, the audience. And maybe, just maybe, a little bit of recognition from the audience.
Yeah, I kind of already threw the towel in on that one. I figured they knew who we were, so
It's me!
because I couldn't find it, I telepathically tell the girls, look for a band, look for a bond. We've got to free this thing.
Kaa'Riin, you are next, and you've just heard a message in your head. Fortunately, because you're underwater, it doesn't sound like an underwater message. That would have been cool. But
Did you
ever do that as a kid? You go underwater together and you try to talk?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you crack your fingers underwater, it's really loud.
Oh,
The more you know.
I know. We used to
Something
do all
to
the
try.
time. We do
We
this.
just lost half our audience as they all go off to try and find a pool of water to crack their knuckles in. Kaa'Riin, you are in a pool of water. Would you like to crack your knuckles?
Yeah, well, I crack my knuckles.
All right.
And I go, oh, what? Oh, my God, that's
Amazing.
It's louder than I expected. I messaged the girls in table. I'm like, girls, you hear that? That was loud, right? Anyway, I'm going to take the same approach as last time. I'm going to try and find a thorn, something like that might be upsetting the creature. Stand by it.
Give me a perception check for a thorn.
Yeah, like something that thorn-like. Okay, it's 11, but my perception's 24, so we should be good. My perception's 2, so 13.
You do notice that one of the tentacles isn't moving as quickly as one of the other ones. Can't see why, but there's tentacles all over the place, and one of them seems to be languishing, if that makes sense. And also, as always, an opportunity for me to use the word languishing.
I love.
Yeah.
Just me trying to find ways. Yeah.
Languishing. Right. So I'm like, wow, that. And then I telepathically goes like, girls, one's languishing. Are you seeing the languish?
I can't think of any other word that applies here.
Girls, there's probably a million words. The only word that's describing it accurately and effectively is girls, notice the languish. Girls, do you notice it? I'm bringing you into my perception.
Do I notice it?
It's the languishing one. She's like, what the fuck is languishing?
She's like looking it up.
Languish.
Freya didn't get the schooling that the rest of the people got here. She didn't get that far in the dictionary.
That I didn't.
No, that I didn't.
That I did not.
Like it's lagging, it's slow. It's like
As in it's further down at the bottom of the tank?
It's just like a little limp. It's like, it's limp, it's slow, it's struggling.
We're doing our own show over here.
I'm so sorry.
Meanwhile, back to the people whose turn it actually is, whatever.
Yeah, don't worry about them, doll.
Anything else you'd like to do, though? You've pretty much just had a look around.
Yeah, and I've noticed the language. I've telepathed the girls.
Yep, done that.
Do you want to swim towards it?
And now come on, girls, let's go. I'm sensing a languish. Let's go.
Okay, swimming towards
the languished. Okay. I can't say that word anymore. Towards the limpy one.
The limpy one.
And I'm making a nice, steady, I'm going to say breaststroke in the water. That's the strongest, most powerful stroke.
Sounds pleasant.
That's going to fly me through that water towards the struggling tentacle.
The flaccid one.
Well, like I said, a million words.
The tentacle, some of the tentacles start swaying around and are going to try and reach for each of you again. So this is that's pretty good. So Kaa'Riin, can you give me a strength check to see if you avoid being grabbed by this one?
18. It is
Plus
18.
3.
Oh, one wraps around you and you just keep swimming through it just before it can latch on.
Because of the breaststroke, it's the most powerful. It just it's like a jet through the water.
Is that what you're thinking in your head? It's the breaststroke.
It's the breaststroke.
Girls, everyone use breaststroke.
Girls, breaststroke.
It's too slow for it.
Freya goes to my boo. I'm like, no, Freya, goddammit, schooling. Okay, just copy what I'm doing.
There's a right time and a wrong time. One of the other one reaches out to try and grab Morrigan. Morrigan, give me a strength check.
Not dexterity?
Not this time.
You sure?
You sure? I feel like it's more dexterity. All right, fine. I was thinking not a 1, and you know what I rolled? A 1.
Yeah.
-1 for the record.
Morrigan,
I got 0.
you are now ripped up from the water, dangling by your feet.
Ripped in half.
Oh, God. That was a hell of a one.
Now time to hand over your headset.
You are now dangling above the pit, and again, it seems almost like the creature is trying to put on a bit of show for the audience, like shaking you around a bit, but not in a way that actually is designed to hurt you too much. More like there's something, some sort of show on, and then it swings you right out over the audience as if it's like a 3D movie. You're just flinging towards the audience. As you get really close, give me a perception check.
Can it be Arcana instead?
Nope.
Okay, that's fine.
In absolutely no way.
We'd like to negotiate
that's
our
only
skills.
for magic. This thing's not doing anything magical to you.
15.
Okay, you are flying towards this character in the audience who just happens to look like the ringmaster yet again. But as you get right up in front of him, you see him tap the band on his arm, and then he just disappears again and reappears to the side. You can see he clearly reappears somewhere else in another empty seat. And there are a few empty seats here and there that have been placed there on purpose, it would appear. Freya, you are only just freshly back into the water, but another tentacle is trying to grab you as well. Give me a strength check.
Shaky, shaky, shaky. 20.
That's legitimate. I heard the shaky.
That is terrible, terrible role playing. That is a well-deserved 7.
Yeah, you deserve
-1.
A 6. Again, another tentacle grabs you and does exactly the same thing. It sort of throws you towards the audience. It doesn't let go of you, but launches you towards the audience. Give me a perception check as well.
Okay. 6. But it's going down the.
You don't really notice.
Hold on. +1.
Yeah, okay. You do see yet again the ringmaster. You only seen him briefly, which as you were coming in before, and he's in another seat, and the tentacle seems to be going straight for that one, and then at the last second, he taps his arm and disappears, and then you find yourself going flying back towards the water.
It was actually a 9. Do I learn any more?
No. No.
Okay.
I'm not getting any more at this stage. Back to the top, Kaa'Riin, that's you.
Yeah, I just jet through, didn't I?
You did. You're right up close to that.
Yeah. So now I'm almost towards the flaccid tentacle.
Oh, sounds worse coming from you.
Why?
I don't know where to take that joke without
Because
making
you said
it
it with
really
such
bad.
satisfaction that you knew I didn't want to say that.
Okay, right. So I'm going to go towards. I just want to use anything but languished, and now I see exactly what I'm looking for, and I fix the problem.
I would definitely. Okay, you are so close to it, you really can't miss it at this stage. You do see that there is a bind around this one, but there is also something wedged into the tentacle, almost as if the bind itself would come off too easily. I mean, this is a creature of slime. Why would the ring stay on? So on the other side of this tentacle, beyond this bind, is a piece of metal jammed straight through the tentacle.
And I whisper to myself, I fucking knew it.
Deja vu.
Vindication! And I ripped that thorn-looking motherfucker out.
Oh, then you better give me a
Strength
check, yeah.
It's 9 + 3.
All right. Look, even the thing itself, the bar or whatever it is actually a little bit slimy. You're probably going to need help with this.
Okay.
Even you are probably going to need help with this, I should say.
I'm like, girls, wouldn't fucking believe it. There's a thorn. Yeah, I told you. What did I tell you? I said all the time, assume the best thing first.
Kaa'Riin's slogan has not worked out for her life at all.
Assume the animal is hurt first.
That
is
makes
what I
more
was
sense.
trying to assume. Yeah, always assume we need to help first. Okay, there we go. Assume we need to help first before we attack. I said that, and finally, you're seeing why. So come and help get this storm out.
So what are we going to do? We're stuck at the moment. We're
Are we both up in the air?
thrown around.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Morrigan, you are still flying above the audience, swinging backwards and forwards. The crowd is definitely still oohing and ahhing as you fling above the audience. Impressed in a way, because they may be thinking, oh my God, I can't believe Queen Morrigan's in town.
What is she doing?
She really does care for the little people. Can I roll Arcana now and see if I can notice any magicking going on, considering old mate is poofing all around the place?
All right, yes.
Yeah.
Give it a go.
Cool.
I'll even give you advantage on this.
Ooh.
Since you looked for it.
I want her dice. Her dice is better.
Oh, fine.
Only because of the roll.
think
It's true, I do a great roll.
I think it's run out of juju.
It's loaded.
It hasn't. It's going to roll a fucking 20. At least above a 9.
18.
I told
For the
you.
record, my dice was 9. Plus 5.
What you do notice, rather than anything specific, I mean, you can tell this is magic that's being used,
Okay.
but it's a magic that you actually don't recognize. It's pretty damn powerful. What you can tell from the corner of your eye is that Sorcerer is in the corner, and that every time the ringmaster presses his band, she jolts in pain, and then he disappears.
She's doing it for him.
Who's doing it for him?
Sasa. He's making her, but she's the one that's making him disappear and reappear.
Ah.
Now, you already know that she can, in some way, play around with time.
Yeah.
So perhaps it is not so much that he is disappearing and reappearing. He's moving slightly in time.
Yeah.
Just a second here and a second there.
Yeah.
A second everywhere.
Is he arguably close enough for me to, like, misty step behind him and, like, cut off that hand that has the band? Because we're all about chopping off hands.
I
here.
do love the concept of chopping off his hand. Let's give it a shot. I mean, the problem may well be that if you're getting close enough to him, he's already getting ready to move anyway. You might end up behind him and he'd be gone.
Right.
But if you wanted to guess where he's going to, there were a couple of empty seats.
Yeah.
You can only get empty seats. He's not going to reappear inside somebody else. That's bad for business.
Bad.
Really bad.
Sure. And is there any way that my very high rolling arcana can, like, give me a hint of where he might appear next?
You know where he came from, you know where he is, and there's 2 other seats. I'll give you a 50-50. Even though he could easily go back to the one he just came from, let's just say that for the sake of it, you've gone. He won't go back there straight away.
Out of the 2 seats, I want to choose seat number 2.
It's basically 50-50. I do have a 50-50 dice. Let me do that instead.
Regardless, I'm still misty stepping and...
Is it flat?
Yeah.
Is it a coin doll?
It's effectively a coin, but I've got
Oh,
one.
yeah. I've seen them when they sell dice sets, and I'd never understood why you'd get a coin, but that makes sense.
So we do have a dice with just 2 sides. Otherwise, people would call that a coin, but it's not. It's a dice. It's got a 1 and a 2. I'm going to let you pick which number you want it to be as you throw it.
Okay, so I'm just flipping this, and I'm aiming for the 2.
All right, 50-50 chance of being able to go to the right place.
Oh, it's a 2.
Yes!
You appear behind the ringmaster. Well,
Yep.
actually, you appear there first. You get there, and then he appears in front of you.
Uh-huh.
And he still doesn't know you're there, so you have time to do your attack. If only you were Freya, you could do your sneak attack. That'd be pretty cool.
That would be cool.
But you're not. So what would you like to do? I'll give you an advantage in the attack because he has no idea you're coming.
Okay, I'm going to do Flame Blade as doing it as a 2nd level spell.
Yeah, this is going to hurt if you hit. And if you roll the 20,
Yeah?
the hand can come off. Otherwise, it's just a normal attack.
Kill him.
Go for it.
Okay. Well, he's been enslaving all these people, so you know what? Fuck him. Sorry. Screw him.
Hey, you don't need to justify yourself, we're cold-blooded killers.
Okay.
Yeah.
So.
This is just going, if you can cut his hand off, it's just going in the collection. I mean,
Oh, yay!
Out to the rest of them, doll. Don't feel bad.
how many chocolates do you have in your mouth?
She was trying to be polite and not chew into the microphone.
I'm sorry, but your son brought us these chocolates, and I think we all know it was Cooper's
I
fault.
think he's doing a great job.
Keeping
You're the
us
one who's
fed.
about to pull out the George Foreman grill. All right. Popcorn maker. I don't know why there's so much noise happening in the background today.
A kettle, one of those like ones that does the high pitched squeal.
Yes. Girls who don't D&D but do eat a lot.
But do grill. They do grill.
All right, roll advantage.
All right,
Morrigan.
here we go.
Let's go.
D20. A 20
Come on.
will chop off his hand.
My goal will get you that 20.
No, it won't.
Oh dear.
Oh shit.
Really
That's
didn't.
bad, even for me.
+7. You have hit him though, so that's a 9 + 7. We'll take your best.
Okay, but
That's
I still roll
remarkably-
damage, don't I?
Yeah, absolutely. You have hit him.
Okay, I roll 3d6 for damage. 3d normal dice. 5, 4, 3. 5, 4, 3.
5, 4, 3. So if we're using Freya's math, that's 27.
Oh, cool.
Good job.
He is not impressed by what has just occurred.
Uh-huh. Fair enough.
And you definitely hit him on the arm, but not actually anywhere, in a position that stopped him from, it's hit him on the arm, but it didn't actually lop his arm off or anything like that. But it did stop him from being able to press the button to quickly jump away or to jump back in time and miss the whole thing in the first place. So he has been hurt, and he does not like being hurt. He doesn't get hurt often, doesn't take it well. But he does look at you like he's stunned that you would do this.
Hey.
So you guys know each other?
No, he probably knows bad Morrigan.
Everybody knows Morrigan.
He probably knows bad Morrigan because he's a bad person because he's enslaving
Yeah,
people.
but that's like a good clue. It means like they're in cahoots.
He's like, but you're evil, and I'm evil.
Yeah.
Why does evil doesn't attack evil?
I let my eyes widen a little bit as if I'm shocked, and then I raise both my middle fingers at him.
Freya, also swinging around through the air, if I'm not wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
Yeah, I'm still there.
Still swinging through the air. What would you like to do?
I haven't used a sneak attack before in this episode. So I should probably
Or pretty
bring
much,
it out.
I mean, or pretty much any other episode.
But haven't I got that new thing where I get my sword?
Yes, you can. You can make the sword. Your sword has this cool thing where it can look like it's somewhere else while you're really stabbing from a different side.
Oh, that's
Yes.
cool.
Yeah.
Yes, how cool.
So you're going to come help me instead of Kaa'Riin.
So I'm going to use my acrobatics, yes.
You're still being held, so I don't know how you can acrobatic your way out of this.
One moment, please.
Okay. Let's
I'm
hear
going
it.
to acrobatic wiggle out. Is that
Can't
real?
you Misty step out into?
I don't have Misty.
No, you're the only one who doesn't.
I'm
What?
the only
Isn't
one.
she? Oh no, you're the feather faller.
How close am I to the ringmaster? When the tentacle comes around, yes, great. Okay, this is going to be great. Okay, you ready?
Okay, so will you tell me what you think's going
I'll
to
get my
happen?
dice ready because you're doing with advantage. I can feel it.
It's great. So what I think is going to happen, the tentacle is going to reach out over the crowd with me in the hand. The sword is going to appear on one side of him. That will distract him, but I will reach out and try to cut off his arm with my actual sword of deception.
Of course, it's about trying to cut off his arm as well.
Yeah.
Just hand.
Just kill
Hey,
him.
and where's his little wrist? Is that
Yeah,
the
that's where the-
ring?
that's
It's
where
on
the
his
thing is,
wrist.
on his
No, I want
wrist.
the whole arm.
Wow.
Hey.
Shoulder
you can always hack it back to the wrist later on, right?
Yeah, we could. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, so what do I need to do?
Well, this is definitely an attack. We're just going to hope that the tentacle,
Oh,
and I'm going to roll to
please.
see if the tentacle actually does go for him. No, I'm not. You know what? The tentacle always goes for him. The tentacle
Exactly.
definitely is going to swing across the audience again. looking for where he's just reappeared, the ringmaster slashes across the audience again, and as it's doing so, you whip out the Sword of Deception. It looks like it appears on one side, and you go to sneak attack the ringmaster.
Oh, yeah, I do.
Alrighty.
Oh, and I'm going to use Booming Blade.
And when you went up in levels recently, you added Booming Blade to your list. So I'm going to give you advantage on this very cool move.
May I please borrow a D20? Thank you. Here we go, girls. 19 and 5, so I'm going to take the 19.
Oh, sorry, just
that was on your dice.
That's right, it was.
Yes, it was.
It's on Kaa'Riin's dice.
I'm going to hide those dice.
Juju is strong in this
It's
one.
offensively
Now
high
I need to do
juju.
something else, don't I? Like I need to roll
You definitely
this
hit. Now, you do a truck ton
of damage.
when you manage to
Yes,
do
I
that.
do. Oh, I'm going to so take his arm off.
Yeah, you are.
You were +8, by the way. so
Welcome to
that's-
the club. It's like the Mile High
Plus
Club.
8.
You were +8, so that ended up being a 27, and it's 1d6.
What's the damage that I do?
I'm telling you.
Well, can you tell me faster, please? Okay.
4d6
4d6. I don't think we have that many here.
and another d8. We absolutely have that many d6.
Ouch. And a d8.
Yeah. So 4d6 plus 5, and another d8, and then another 2d8 Booming Blade thunder damage if he tries to move in his turn.
Oh my goodness, this is a lot. This is huge. Should we get an Instagram of this?
Hey there, listeners. I promise we won't try and interrupt every episode, but we did stop so Indy could Instagram her sneak attack. And it matters because, well, here's what happened next.
Okay. Did you get all that? I'm just so excited.
And then she picked up all the dice without checking them. Actually, a really good roll. No,
Oh!
we add them up, Freya.
I can see some of them.
They were massive.
What just happened?
Why would you do? Which meant, for what might be the first time in D&D history, we had to go to the video referee for our results.
What an idiot.
You had so many good rolls amongst that. That is a massive roll. Why don't you add that up for us?
6, 4, 6, and 6. And then on the 8, I've got a 5. Adding all this up is 22 plus the D8 of 5, so 27. That's massive.
I mean, you've actually got another 5 more to add to that from the sword itself, but how would you like to kill the ringmaster?
Oh, I get to kill him.
I'm so jealous.
Cut off both arms and watch him bleed out. Yeah.
I open my
How's
bag in the
this for a
background,
show?
ready for the hands.
Oh my God. Slap him around the face with his arms.
Yeah. How you like not being in control, you little bitch?
You slice through both hands.
This is
And
massive.
as soon as you do that, there's like a burst of arcane energy that comes from his arm, and you can hear noises in the distance. There's all these. It's almost like a communal sigh of relief amongst all the things that he was in control of. But the one that matters most probably is the creature from inside the tank, which reaches straight out with 2 tentacles and grabs the remaining limbs and rips them off as well.
Oh! Yes, it does.
Yes.
As soon as that happens, though,
Uh-oh.
you hear, as I said, all these other creatures and everything outside. There's a steady
Stampede.
steady stampede. It's a nice and even, friendly stampede. No, you can hear the people are starting to scream outside, and there are different animals starting to break loose. The tentacle creature itself starts flinging around and being able to do whatever it wants, and starts knocking over some of the supports for the tent.
Yes. Be free, my creature.
You never managed to actually remove the pin from it, so it's still kind of in pain, if anything.
Aww.
Wait, aren't I still in the tank?
You are still next to it. This is not a good place to be.
Okay, well, I'm going to just obviously see that thing's being torn apart, and I'm just going to rip that thing out again. I'm going to try.
yeah.
So, yeah, I'm just going to now, with all this commotion, I'm still worried about the animal. I'm still going to rip that thing out of his paw because that's going to hurt. If it stays in there, prone to infection, so on and so forth. And so we're just taking that out.
Let's see what you got.
Choosing a bottled Starbucks Frappuccino drink that's all flavor and just 100 calories? Easy. Choosing between creamy vanilla, double chocolate, and sea salt caramel flavors? A little harder. Try the delicious new Starbucks Frappuccino light drinks. Look for them wherever you buy groceries. Start with Starbucks coffee.
Mic check. 1, 2. Are we recording? Hi, I'm Michelle Bernstein, an award-winning chef, restaurateur, and mom. I have a lot on my plate, including my psoriatic arthritis symptoms. That's why I was prescribed Cosentyx. It helps me move better.
Cosentyx secukinumab is prescribed for people 2 years of age and older with active psoriatic arthritis. Don't use if you're allergic to Cosentyx. Before starting, get checked for tuberculosis. An increased risk of infections and lowered ability to fight them may occur, like tuberculosis or other serious bacterial, fungal, or viral infections. Some are fatal. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms like fevers, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, had a vaccine or plan to, or if inflammatory bowel disease symptoms develop or worsen. Serious allergic reactions and severe eczema-like skin reactions may occur. Learn more at 1-844-COSENTYX or Cosentyx.com.
Ask your rheumatologist about Cosentyx.
I'm Alan Sisto, the man of the West here at the Prancing Pony Podcast.
And I'm Sean Marchese, the real-life Lord of the Mark.
Every week here at the Prancing Pony Podcast, along with Sean or other co-hosts, I explore the works of J.R.R. Tolkien, author of The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings, bringing along lots of pop culture references, plenty of nerd humor, and the occasional bad pun.
It's just a couple of friends hanging out at the pub talking about our favorite books. We cover just a few pages every episode, reading important sections of the books and having a chat about what we've read.
Now, we do a ton of research for each episode so that we can bring as much background information to our conversation as possible. We do all the heavy reading, so you don't have to.
It's a great way for first-time readers to learn the basics of Tolkien's world, while for Middle-earth veterans, it's a deep dive into their favorite stories.
Now, the Tolkien fandom is like no other, so we spend time in the community giving talks at Tolkien events, recording live episodes, and hanging out with our listeners on Discord to engage with our audience every chance we get.
So, if you're ready to dive into the most beloved world in fantasy literature
and become a part of a vibrant, active community of listeners,
then look for the Prancing Pony Podcast wherever you listen.
Hey, do you have trouble sleeping? Then maybe you should check out the Sleepy Podcast. It's a show where I read old books in the public domain to help you get to sleep. It was the best of times. It was the worst of times. It was the age of classic stories like A Tale of Two Cities, Pride and Prejudice, Winnie the Pooh. Stories that are great for adults and kids alike. For years now, Sleepy has helped millions of people catch some much-needed Z's, start their next day off fresh, and discover old books that they didn't know they loved. So, whether you have a tough time snoozing or you just like a good bedtime story, fluff up the cool side of your pillow and tune into Sleepy. Unless you're driving, then please don't listen to Sleepy. Find Sleepy on Spotify or wherever you get your podcasts. New episodes each week. Sweet dreams.
It's a 3.
That's
Plus a 3.
3.
Which is a 6.
Where's your juju now?
I let the girls have it for a bit,
did
but
let them have it.
Thank you. Yeah,
You are
no,
still
you're welcome.
trying to pull that thing out, and the creature, at least this time, notices you trying to help.
Aww. That's nice of him.
But you do fail. However, it starts grabbing around with its own tentacles and rips the whole thing loose. So it is now free. But as I said before, it's flinging things around this tent. There's pieces of supports getting knocked down. The trapeze crumbles. The audience is going crazy and screaming and running for the exits.
I'm going to get out of the tank. So I'm just going to swim over to the edge and get out.
Yeah.
I assume it's like a above ground pool. There's a little ladder.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. So I'm going out of there, and I've got to actually get over to Thassa in all this commotion and give her ring.
I actually thought you'd forget to do that.
Thanks for thinking I'm that inconsiderate.
No.
After I just tried to pull a thorn out of
That
a
was
freaking
really-
giant
that's-
kraken.
That's very sweet of you. As the tent starts to fall around, you see Thassa, and Thassa is free for the first time in quite some time, and she sees the ring in your hand, and her eyes light up. As you go to place the ring, or as you take the band off yourself, it starts to expand as you get closer to her, and it starts to wrap around, and she says, "You don't have much time. Is there something you need before I leave?"
All the information you have.
I don't have time to give you all the information I have. I have seen many, many lives.
Can you download it into something? Is there kind of spell that you can just...
We've got a USB. Can you just...
Do you have any advice for preventing the future that we saw?
Oh, yeah. I don't want to die. Sorry. I mean, the world coming to an end, but I don't want to die.
She starts to fade for a second, and just before she goes, she says, "Find the Justicars.
Ah, of course.
Find them first." And then she's gone. Now the tent is collapsing around you, and you find your way outside of that. There's carnage going on everywhere. There's animals running around, monsters destroying everything they can. The crowd is...
Can we see Katie?
Not yet.
Okay.
It really is absolute
Chaos.
nuts.
Yeah, but she's got the beautiful red beard. I feel like I'd say her.
Well, she's shorter than everybody else.
Oh, fine.
Yeah, the crowd is a confusing combination of annoyed privilege and terrified indignation. Still, for you, everything seems rosy. Except for the air of excitement elemental, who is now swirling astride 10 city guards, well armed and well armoured. They're rushing towards you. Suddenly, from within the throng of panic, a little hand reaches out and grabs Freya. This way, it says, and you recognise the face of one of the twins from Bellison.
Oh, yay! My girls.
And you start running. You're ducking through alleyways, sliding through side streets, and then she points towards a grate in the gutter. Now you can still hear the soldiers running around looking for you, all three of you. Also fairly clear that the air of excitement has, I guess, dobbed you in. It recognised you pretty early on.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, right.
What would you like to do?
Jump in the grate.
Straight in?
Yeah.
Pull it aside first. I mean, you just...
Yeah.
Through.
Yeah. Done.
Beneath the roads, the sewers are surprisingly acceptable. The twin leads you towards a pool of water and says, "Hold your breath." Dives on in.
Again, I'm really grateful that I got rid of that whole stone thing.
Yeah. Are we diving into poop?
It seems kind of murky, but it's you can't see through it. But you know, she did say, "Hold your breath."
Yum. Okay.
In goes Freya.
I'm not going in there.
Kaa'Riin says no.
I'm going to follow. Look, I'm going to watch where the water's going, and I'm like, okay, it's going north. I'm just going to follow that until they pop out somewhere.
Morrigan, what would you like to do?
I am going to drag Kaa'Riin in with me. You've been through worse things.
Oh, fine. You know what? I'm turning into a rat.
Or a cockroach or something
Yeah, no,
like that.
that's all right. I can do a rat. I'll be a rat. I'm changing into a rat because my hair is not getting all gross.
That's fair.
Nice.
That's fair.
Turns into a rat, and Morrigan, I guess, clutches
Roll my eyes and
rat Kaa'Riin.
take a breath. Oh, do you want me to carry you?
Can you at least pat my ears?
Yeah. I tweak her little ears and like take a big breath, and I follow after Freya.
Kaa'Riin now has much smaller lungs, of course, but rat-sized lungs. But it's not that far. Under the water, you swim for a little bit, and it breaks into a new chamber. So you had to go underwater to get in there, which is probably why they haven't been found easily. In order to find them, you've got to go into the sewers, swim under the water, and you'll come into a large chamber. And when you get in there, you see lots of little rooms around the side. The children of many ages playing in here. You see scrawled on the side, COTN in big letters.
Oh, Cotton.
And the children here, they seem really happy. They're all playing. Some of the younger children look like this is where they stay most of the time. It doesn't look like they venture out. It's not perfect, but it looks like home. A young man with spiked hair and an eye patch stands up and says,
Jorda.
"You finally came home."
Hey, babe.
Sorry, I never came back for you.
Hey, babe. Let me just get this shit smell off me, and then I'll be right there.
Don't worry, we all smell like that down here. First thing he says is, "Don't try that on me." And he walks walks away from you a little bit.
You did abandon him while he was getting tortured.
Oh, God, that was
never
one
went back.
time.
Yeah. Dude, forget about it.
I'm so hot. I look like Tomb Raider. Who cares what I did?
And you're covered in crap. But why did you take so long to come back?
I have no idea where the fuck I have been. Where I have been. I have been through the ringer. Don't even talk to me about this, is what I say. And he goes, "Oh, okay."
He definitely does not.
So much. Yeah, no worries, darling. I'm sorry.
Old Jorda was a little bit more submissive. Current Jorda looks around and says, "I built all of this. This was supposed to be us, but you weren't here."
At this point, I step in front of Freya and I'm like, "Listen here. Very thankful for you for helping us, but you have no idea what she has been through. We have no memory of what has happened to us in however long it's been since you last saw her. Give her a break."
He interrupts you quickly and he clicks fingers, and within a second there are at least 4 or 5 swords
Oh shit, because
pointed
I'm
at your
evil,
neck.
yeah.
And he looks back at Freya and says, "And you brought her?"
She's not the bad one, I promise. I've tried this as well. I had to go through this. Calm, yo, farm. It's fine. It's actually okay. She's fine. This is the real one. The evil one has overtaken her.
Probably she loses her constitution in the end. She's like, let's take it.
Yeah. Oh, maybe
Oh,
we should.
just, I don't know, it seems like a stretch.
You don't really seem totally convinced.
No, I am.
Why should I trust you?
Because it's Freya. It's Freya.
But the legend.
Legend.
The legend.
People dress as me.
If I was who you thought I was, you would all be dead by now.
Yeah, nice.
That doesn't sound a lot better from their perspective.
No.
He clicks his fingers again and the swords come down. They step back. They don't seem to stop looking at you like you're a
that's fair.
threat, but they're partially convinced. He looks at Freya again and says, "Look, Freya, I suppose I owe you one. You did manage to save my life."
And on my eye.
Dum, dum, dum.
And he looks across at Morrigan and goes, "Could you not use my lines? I've spent months rehearsing this. And here you are, thinking everything's going to be just like it was?"
Well, yeah.
For you, it is.
It's Freya. She's like, clap it with me. Freya, Freya.
Everybody want to be me.
Some of the kids start walking around Jordan and saying things like, "Is that the real one? Is that her?" And he sort of looks down and says, "Yeah, it's the real one."
I love this shit. I love it. Yes, it's
And
me.
And the whispers all the way around the room. The kids are so happy that it's you. You see them starting to turn into you around the room one by one.
Oh. And I say, and that's right, and that's right, and that's right. Me.
And Jordan just sighs and walks out of the room to his own little side bit. Just before he goes, he says, "You can stay the night. We'll talk about it in the morning." And that's it. Shuts the curtain, pulls a curtain across. They don't really have great facilities, but he goes off into his little area.
And I don't chase boys, so I'll let him go.
It is, I guess, late in the day, even though you're underground, and the kids who all look like Freya now. Some of them don't. Some of them aren't changelings.
And
So
then
there are little blonde wigs around the room and clothing, and they try to always look like you. And to explain, what they've been doing for a long time now is committing crimes when looking like Freya. So that's why the locals think there's so many crimes have been committed by one person. It's not one person.
That's why your wanted poster is so long.
Yes. I'm an influencer.
You can now
Stealing
all-
hearts.
you can now all, if you'd like, to take a long rest. This does seem like a place where you're
I've
about
got
as
7 hit points left.
Yeah, you're about as safe as you can be.
I'd like to get my spells
This
back.
would be a good chance to have a nice long rest.
Yeah, let's do it.
In the middle of the night, though, for Freya.
Oh, God. Here we go.
Oh, God. He's
get
going
all-
to try and get in for a snuggle.
Wow.
Oh, Jordan, put it away.
Jordan, I'm tired. I have a headache.
I don't even know how this. First of all, he's not even there, so I'm not letting him respond to this. This is not Jordan sneaking in. All right. In the middle of the night, this occurs.
Hi, I'm Sam, and I'm playing the Sword of Deception.
Hi, I'm Hannah, and I am, or I was, Queen Alvina.
Hey, Freya. Freya, wake up. I've been thinking about something. I know you don't remember it, but I think I know how to get that soul out of you. I've been trying to piece it all together from that night we got away, but all I can see is her face. She was so gaunt. I couldn't believe a daughter could harm her mother like that. Her father too. Do you remember when we were hiding in the shadows near the cell? Just after that brute man's Heath left? The lady, the high elf, she said some things. I'm going to try and remember it again. Ready? She said, "And sorry, I might not get the accent right."
Don't hide in the dark, little one. He's gone for now. I won't hurt you, and I certainly won't hand you in. I wouldn't put anyone else through this. They've nearly ended my husband, the king. Look at him. Almost nothing left, but he refuses to let go. She can't quite kill him though. She needs our souls, and they can be quite tricky to untether. What's your name, little one? You're not from here, are you? I have something to ask of you. I know you cannot set us free. They built this cell around us. There is no door, no exit. Not for our physical selves, anyway. But my daughter, or whatever she has become, will send back that monster later tonight. He'll bring a gem, a soul stone of sorts, but that's only half of it. He'll have a marking on his hand, ancient runes burnt into the skin. I need you to see them because, one day, the only chance we have is for someone to reverse them. I know what you will see will be quite frightening. But please, you must watch.
But you didn't, Freya. You closed your eyes, but I saw everything. I saw what he did. I saw him take their souls. That's why I wanted to kill Morrigan and why I'm afraid of Menteith. I know what they can do, but there's something else. Freya, I remember his hand. I remember the runes. I remember the runes.
And the sword, again, seems to move your hand. And in the sand that is in the bottom of the floor here, it starts drawing the shape of a rune in great detail, sketching it out for you.
Who was I in the room with?
Was she playing my mother?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I was a little girl.
No, you were not much younger.
Ah.
Just
You're
because she
younger than
caught-
the high elf, though.
Yeah, the
Like,
high
I
elves
just
live for a
forever.
long time.
Okay.
So everyone's little one to them. And you might notice almost everyone has called you little ones
Yeah.
because they're all extremely powerful, but in different ways.
I really like my sword. I'm just going to say that.
Yeah, your
I have
sword's
a
so
real
awesome.
strong
But
connection
your
to it.
face when like it was, and then you close your eyes and you're frustrated by yourself. It's like, good job, dickhead.
So you're now sketching the runes in the sand.
Yep.
So the sword can remember what the runes look like.
Yep.
And they can be used to reverse this process in some way. So if you have a reversed rune and a gem, you'll
Yep.
be able to use the rune as the magical part. It draws the soul towards the gem, which means that if there's one in a gem, you could in some way get it back out of the gem. If you just had the rune, if you just know the rune in the first place, you've got a chance.
So I'm able to get Vinny out of me and into a gem.
All you need to do is have the right rune.
And is it the rune that she's just drawn?
No, the one that the Sword of Deception has just drawn is the one for the elves, the queen.
Oh,
That's
the one to get the
she
queen's
saw.
soul.
Yeah, it's the one the sword saw.
Right. And we don't have a gem.
And you also don't have a gem.
Yeah.
But we need to figure out the rune for Vinny. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Like there's
Yeah,
a rune
right.
for each person.
Yeah. There are different runes for different situations. within them.
Situations. Okay.
Okay.
Freya, you hear Jorda's voice coming from his room.
He's trying again, is he? What's going on, doll?
He's going to burst in.
Yeah.
You burst into the room and he quickly covers his eye. He was looking into a mirror and he had his patch off. And you hear him say very quickly, "That wasn't the deal. When this is done, you'll leave us be or I will find you myself." The madam stood back from the swirling vortex and the vision within it faded. "He's awfully tragic, isn't he?" she said. The being behind her didn't answer. It dragged itself back to the nook in the ceiling space and closed its eyes. "Well, maybe your brother will be more chatty when he returns." She left to the elevator, and it rose to the roof terrace above her suite. Perched atop a dark tower, the once almost humble building now overlooked the city she had decided was her own. The rich and poor alike feared her. There was no authority beyond her reach. At least not here. She looked towards the stars and smiled. "Not long now, my lord," she whispered in a soft prayer. Behind her, the talons of a bird gripped the loose metal of a leaning chimney. A tiny scratch rang loose. The madam didn't turn around. Another bird. Bold, though, since everyone knows what I do to animals. Lucky for you, I already have a raven in my collection. And that's where we end our episode.
Don't worry about them. I'm sure they'll be fine. It's just a sudden ending. It happens all the time. So maybe there's danger or just a clever line. But don't worry about them. I'm sure they'll be fine. Right?
What? No, I'm not ready.